Hey guys, so excited to announce that we have released organizations into .drives. So basically what that's going to let you do is create an organization giver and then attach multiple individuals to that organization. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So you can see now when we go into our givers tab, we have both the individuals and the organizations tabs now. Now, when we are talking about imports, this is an important thing. Importing a bunch of organizations or individuals, it's really important to start with organizations. So that's going to let you, obviously create the organizations, and then you can actually import the individuals, and they'll automatically attach. So an example would be if you want to import a business over here, you could do that. And then as a separate step 2, you could import the individuals and then attach them to that business. The reason you have to do the organizations first is you can't attach the individuals to something that doesn't exist. So that's important. If you do it the other way, you're going to have to manually go in and attach the individuals to the organizations. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Obviously, if you have questions, you can always reach out to our support team. But let me go ahead and show you what this looks like. So if we want to add an organization manually, the only required field here is the organization name. So we can go ahead and enter this in. We'll just use the example, Dunder Mifflin. That's all you need, and we can go ahead and create it. So you can see we now have Dunder Mifflin here as an organization, and then we have our separate list of individuals. We can obviously fill out any of this information that we want. So if we want to enter an email or phone number or website or any of that stuff, we can do that. So right here you see we have the individual field. That's where we're going to be able to search from our list of individuals and attach them to this organization. So basically think of organizations as like a way to group individuals together. So, if maybe there's 5 different individuals associated to Dunder Mifflin as an organization, different donors, you could have them all listed here. So let's go ahead and search for a couple of our givers here. We'll search for Jim, and we can say, okay, perfect, Jim is part of Dunder Mifflin. We can search for Dwight, and apparently we don't have a Dwight in here. But if we search for Pam, we can go ahead and attach Pam, so on and so forth. You can do 0 individuals attached here, or you can do as many as you want. So you can have lots of people all associated. We're going to go ahead and save that. So you can see once it's saved and we open it back up, we have all of the individuals associated right here. If we click on their profile, on their name there, it brings us right to their profile. Now that we're on that giver's individual profile, now we can also see down here under organizations that they are associated with Dunder Mifflin. So if we go back to that individual tab and now we pull up Jim's profile, again, we have that right there. Same for Pam. We can see that they are associated with Dunder Mifflin. If we open that up, again, it'll pull us right to here. So that's kind of the basics of it. It's pretty simple stuff, but it really does change the way that the system will work in a really positive way. It lets you, maybe an organization is giving and it's not an individual and you want to associate it to that organization, you can do that now. And I'll give you an example of that. If we go over to our donations and we want to add a new donation, now in this field for giver, we can actually search for Dunder Mifflin instead of that individual. Maybe it's, the corporation is giving as a corporation, not Jim as an individual, so we can do that now. If we search Dunder Mifflin, we can go ahead and pull that up right here as an organization, and now we know that this organization has given. And then we'll go ahead and complete this. We'll say it was $5,000 donation towards our COVID relief program, and we will add this donation into the system. So now when we go back to givers, we can see that that donation didn't go under Jim or Pam or anything like that. It actually went under Dunder Mifflin. So when we go to donation history, we have it right here, and that's really helpful. So the other piece of this where you need to be aware is with giver updates. Now, if we go in and we want to add a organization as a recipient for a giver update, I'll just show you what that looks like. If we edit, we can add recipients here. Note that emails are no longer required in our system. So to add a individual or an organization, you can do that without an email. So what that means for giver updates is you can't actually attach them, a giver of any kind, as a recipient if we don't have an email for them in the system. So if we search for somebody that doesn't have an email, they're not going to show up here. But in this case for Dunder Mifflin, we can see that because we don't have an email, it is not going to appear. So hopefully that's making some sense. Now if we go back to givers, go to organizations, Dunder Mifflin. Now when we add an email, where's email? Right here, contact email. Let's say email is going to be Dunder Mifflin@dm.com. We're going to go ahead and save that. So now they have an email associated. if I go back into Giver Updates and now I want to add them as a recipient, we're going to be able to do that. So if I go here and search Dunder, we'll see Dunder Mifflin now pops up. And what's going to happen is it's actually going to attach the individuals as well. So we go ahead and select that. And you can see we have Dunder Mifflin with that contact email as well as the 2 contacts automatically loaded in. You can obviously go ahead and delete any of these that you want. Maybe we don't want to send it to that general contact. Maybe we just want to send it to Jim because he was kind of our contact person there. We can go ahead and delete Pam off, hit save, and now that is attached here. We have Jim attached as recipient. So that's organizations as a giver. We can, of course, export and do all that stuff just like normal, but now we're really separating out the organizations from the individuals here in the system. Obviously, you can feel free to reach out to our support team down here if you have any questions or comments or anything like that around this new feature, but we're really excited. We think it really structures the system in a better way. So, enjoy the new feature. Let us know if you have any questions.